Okay, so here's another example, x plus 2y to the fifth. And again, remember, if we look at our binomial theorem, this was a plus b to the n. And we have all of our formula progression set up for a plus b. So in this case, the a is going to be the x and the b is going to be the 2y, so I have to write it with parentheses. So there's my a and there's my b, and I put it just in the formula like we've been doing. But we have to use parentheses. Make sure we keep that 2y in the b position. So let's take a look at it. So first of all, we got something times x to the fifth. And then we've got plus x to the fourth. And then 2y to the first. Remember, these add up to be 5. And then plus x to the, well, something times x to the third. And 2y to the second, plus something, x to the second, 2y to the third, plus something, x, 2y to the fourth, and then plus something, and then 2y to the fifth. Okay? And my first element was, my first term was x, so we have x to the fifth, and my second term was 2y, we have 2y to the fifth. We end up with that. Check your exponents, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 for the x, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the y. We'll put our Pascal numbers in later, but first of all, let's simplify this so you see how this works out. So and 2y to the first is just 2y, so I just write that. And I got x to the third, and then I've got, what's 2y squared? That's going to be 2 squared and y squared, so that's going to be 4y squared. So and then what's 2y cubed? Well, 2y times 2y times 2y is 8y cubed. And then what's 2y to the fourth? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, so that's going to be 16. Y to the fourth. And then what's 2y to the fifth? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, so that's going to be 32. Y to the fifth. So notice now that these exponents are affecting these numbers in front of the 2, in front of the y, the 2's. So that's changing a lot of things here. And now we can put our Pascal triangle numbers in, and we can kind of finish this thing off. So if I look at my Pascal's triangle in row 5, because I'm going to fifth power, row 5, and I should have 1, 2, 3 interior numbers, because I know these outside numbers are 1, right? So these are 1. So I should have 3 interior numbers in row 5. And in row 5 I've got, oh, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3. Oops, I forgot my number over here. So I should have 5. Kind of checks out. I forgot to leave a little space there. Let's move this over and kind of adjust that. And leave a space for my fourth number. So we'll always check out. That's why it's good to, be aware of what's going on. So I'll put a plus there and a space. So now I have my 1, 2, 3, 4 interior numbers in row 5. And in row 5 you got your 4 interior numbers, 5, 10, 10, 5. So the symmetry helps kind of check you out. It's going to be 5, 10, 10, 5. So I'll put the 10 over here while my whiteout dries. 10, 10, and 5, and another 5 there. So there you go. So there's your numbers from Pascal's triangle. And these numbers come from the fact that my second element here, my b, is going to be 2y, ab. Okay, remember our formula looks like a plus b to the fifth. So the case of the b is going to be this 2y. And then I just kind of multiply this out now that I've done part of the power raising. Try to do that all in one step. You might have some issues, so be careful to do it step by step. So 1 is just 1. I got x to the 5th, no problem with the first term. And then I've got 2 times 5 is 10, so plus 10, x to the 4th, y. And I've got plus, and then 4 times 10 is 40, x to the 3rd, y to the 2nd, plus 10, oh, sorry, what's 8 times 10? 80. 8 times 10 is 80, x squared, y to the 3rd. And then plus, and then 16 times 5 is also, 16 times 5 is also 80. And I got x, y to the 4th. And finally plus 32, y to the 5th. So there you go. So our numbers have changed dramatically because of this 2 being raised to the powers. And you can see that if you check your variables, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, no x's, and then no y's, and 1 y, 2 y's, 3 y's, 4 y's, 5 y's. Always check it like that, and then your number should be okay also. But double check these things because there's lots of ways to make a mistake on this guy. This is pretty tricky.